Hi Anti-Society, welcome back to the Antisocial Planet. Today we are checking out some more Tower of God Webtoon, and we ended up the last couple of chapters on possibly, tentatively, a positive note, and I don't really know what to do with that, okay? I'm going into this optimistic, and I really can't think of the last time that happened. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've been like, yeah, let's go, because like, we're going into all of this Hell Train stuff, deathmatch between the Slayer nominees. None of that's good, but maybe with this God of Guardians that we've encountered, maybe we are actually going to have some kind of chance with that. Also, Bomb seems to be going on some kind of journey of the soul to find out who he truly is, which would be nice. Honestly, he's never really had any basic idea of what that is. He very much exists in relation to how he can help other people instead of what he truly wants. And last time we dealt with someone saying, I don't want your help, he spiraled quite badly, and now we're dealing with a Slayer nominee deathmatch. So like, maybe we don't do that again. I'm looking forward to avoiding that as much as possible in the future. So optimistic. It feels weird, but maybe it won't last. Maybe I'll only get like a few panels in and then they'll crush my soul like they usually do. All right, let's see what this journey is going to bring for us. I like the not how you look in others' eyes, which is very much how Bomb like gauges who he is, right? He was Bomb because that's what he was given, right? And the persona that he had attached to that. He was Violet because that was the name that was given to him, the persona given to him, right? He would switch depending on who he was interacting with, which is why when he was fully in like the Violet mindset, and then he was like interacting with people from season 1, it like messed up the calibration because he's like, I don't know how to be both Bomb and Violet at the same time because they're conflicting personalities. But also I feel like I need to adhere to that because that is what is expected of me based on how you know me, right? So he very much needs to figure out who he is completely separate to his relation to other people, which is a big ask. That's a lot that I don't understand. Oh, my sweet darling. Oh, his like, I need to do this, which is like, again, very much how Bomb has been throughout the entirety of the series of he focuses on what is the next thing, right? What is the very next thing he needs to be focused on and needs to accomplish in order to stay with the people he wants to be with. But that is not who you are, right? That is not who you are at your core. I mean, part of that is like caring about people, caring about your friends, being protective and all of that. But that isn't like finding out who you truly are as a person. Ooh, that you will always be a burden on others. That's a touchy subject. Dang. In order to find your true self, you need to become completely alone, which is like Bomb's deepest fear, right? The idea of being completely, utterly alone is something that Bomb like cannot handle with like understandable reasons. Like I understand why that is something that like he avoids at all costs, and like being abandoned is something that he like very much cannot handle. You're gonna have to face the fear, right? Ooh, this is getting heavy. Again, I was like, I'm going in optimistic. How long will it last? Not very long. Dang, 10 days? It's a long time to just be like hanging out. I mean, I guess not in like tower metrics of time, but like I'd be antsy. Yeah, are we training? Are we just like hanging out? Is there like laundry drying? What's going on? We've like fully camped out. Yeah, I mean, speaking of people who aren't good with abandonment and isolation, looking at you, sir. Yeah, but if Rock was here, he would have like been absolutely bouncing off the walls. He has waited enough. He's over it. Yeah, there's like a little bit ominous there as well, isn't there? Him being like, I'll never forgive myself, but also like, he'll also like blame you in a lot of ways. Oh, well, don't do that. Bringing people back is across the board a bad thing. It does not turn out super well. Even if I have to side with the devil, dang. Be possessed by a demon. We already had that with Khun and co. Ooh, it's almost like, yeah, like water. Again, isolation, water. Those are all things that Bomb's like not super good at, but he seems to be fairly calm right now. Has he just been alone for like this whole like basically 10 days? Dang, we're contemplating the existence of time. We're deep down the existential rabbit hole at this point. Ooh, and then that transition into pre-season 1 Bomb. Yeah, the like, I could still be locked in the cave. I can't have this existentialism. My brain is already doing this to me on a regular basis. Oh, monster. Oh, we're saying a monster. I don't know if that's what this is, but that is a creature of some kind. Is that related to the needle? Yeah, I was like, it's the voice we've been hearing. I feel like being like, oh, this monster thing is the voice in my head. Scary looking monster in your head. The power also seems like someone to want to mess with. Oh God. And being like, my true self, I don't think so. I don't think that's what this is. I think we're gonna have to like face it, but also I don't think that's your true self, sweetie. Yeah, it's like be above everyone, the ruler of all. Like that's not who Bomb is, and I know that that's like where we're going is like him figuring that out. But I feel it in my gut that Bomb is not a rule over all, right? Because we had before where he was like Violet, right? And there was kind of this worship to Violet and people calling him like their god. And he's like, I don't want to be your god. Like he was just like shutting that down. He's like, no, absolutely not. Interesting too to have this after Khun says, I would make a deal with the devil to save Bam, right? He's like, to save my friends, I would make a deal with the devil. And then we have this like monster, almost demonic creature that Bam is talking to, being like, I can give you all of the power to protect everyone. And like the contrast there between the two of them is really cool. You bring everything to its knees before you. I'm like, it's not who he is. We're just chilling. Yeah, I'm like, power corrupts. Power is something that is very good at tempting us with the best intentions, right? Like, again, he would have the power to save and protect everyone. He could protect all of his friends with that power. But what would he have to become in order to do that, right? Good intentions, not necessarily the best like actions to take. Yeah, you should not give in. Ooh, interesting. You must not become like Jihad, like the comparison there of saying like, hey, he went through this journey too. I've met with all of the people who, like, a ton of parallels between Bam and Jihad and like the stories that we're getting of, you know, entities, people, creatures within the tower who have had interactions with, you know, Jihad. And like that's not something that we've had up to this point other than like kind of brief mentions, as opposed to people who are like, yes, I remember like when he figured out his power, or like where he came from prior to having the power and control that, you know, that he has now. Ooh, wow. Yeah, no, I agree. That was, so we're using him. We've released him from the knife thing. Is he a super turtle? He might be. I'm glad that we're friends. Yeah, there's a little bit of a keeping his word no matter what, which may be in our favor if he's decided to befriend. I mean, we had what the previous chapters, right? Anna, like copies. I mean, my brothers and sisters. Wangnun's face. He has to congregate. Okay, we're coming back to this. But I need to find them before Joaquin does. How's that working out for you? Sweet manipulated darling. I don't know if I should feel bad though, because are they all evil? Are they not evil? Are they all seeking for power in the same way that like Joaquin is, or like even Vicente of like wanting to like force his father to look back at him, right? Like having enough power to make that happen. So it's like, you know, just, I don't know who to feel bad for anymore. Yeah, we do definitely have like a little bit of a difference in wait, hang on, is that Daniel? Dang, are we gonna be a mole? Because he's like, I need to keep them away from Joaquin, right? Like he was like, I need to buy time because my deal is with Joaquin, so I need to make sure that he stays where he is so I can get my deal. Oh, we're making another deal. Okay. Incentive to be like, hey, realizing that I've put all of my pieces in for this one person within this whole dynamic Slayer nominee thing going on. Maybe I should diversify a little bit. Interesting that Bam's like submission. And again, translation. So I don't know how much of that is between like the original Korean and this, but like that switch in language from like being above and like talking about like the perspective of the person who is in power, looking down on other people. And then Bam's like, so submission, like changing the language through like the lens of like how he actually sees it. King to rule them all. Again, like good intentions of like, I want to protect and save my friends, but at what cost? What do you have to become in order to do that? And will it actually turn out that way, right? Like just because your intention is, I'm going to protect my friends, does that mean that that will actually be the outcome? Because if you transform yourself into that kind of person who would want to become a king to rule them all, will your friends still stick by you, right? Will you lose them because you've become something else? Ooh, you're just all up in his face, huh? Interesting to have this, like, again, lots of parts of like the insecurities of who Bam is, right? Pushing on those, but with this very like you centric language. Right? Again, like the perspective before of like, you'll be atop everyone, you'll be looking down on everyone will be on their knees before you, you will suffer, you will be pushed down, right? All this language that is very centric to how this will make Bam feel and what his experience will be, as opposed to, you know, and Bam's perspective is how do I help my friends? How do I protect them? How do I keep them by my side? Right? And like, you know, the power using that to be like, yeah, like you if you don't have more power over other people, there'll always be someone else who can like take them hostage, right? There's always gonna be someone who can push you around. And Bam's like, I think gotta be like, no, I like want to protect my friends. I'd like to believe that, where he's like, how will this affect the people I care about? It's like, that power is not my own power. Interesting. Too, it's like, it's also a let me take control, right? The power is like, if I'm in control, you can have this, this, and this. And Bam's like, that's not my power then, is it? That's not because of me. Good. Look at that determined look. Ooh, again, like you need murderous intent to kill your enemies. bringing that back of what we had before, of the observations of, hey, he's gonna be in like a death match with Hokin. Hokin will try to kill him, no questions asked, like not a single second of hesitation. Bam won't. He's not a killer. And saying that is a disadvantage and bringing that back again with this. Ooh, yes, I do. Do you, sweetie? It's only meaningful if I have someone under me. Also, a good point. Is that true power? I don't know. Good point to be like, hey, the person who locked me up thought the same thing. The person who all the people have manipulated and controlled him thought the same way. That is false power. I love that, of like, show me the real power. You're fake. Let's go. That's our boy. Uh-oh. Another 10 days. Oh yeah, we had a month. Like, oh, okay. Hi, Mr. Conductor dude. Oh, sure. So you know where they all are, huh? What do you mean? Asking Karaka to stay where they are. Where is he? Oh God. What is that? What are we doing? Why are there glowing eyes? Is it Lady Yuri? Okay, good. Because I saw red and like yellow, gold. I'm like, is this our friends? I mean, look at the fit change though. Okay. Yeah, I knew the optimism would only last for so long before I just got stressed. All right, I was wondering when we're gonna get to Lady Yuri. Let's do this. I don't know if we're fighting, if we're intimidating. I don't know what we're doing, but I like the confidence. I like the smirk. Did we overhear the dealings with Karaka by any chance of the like, my God mission? Maybe. I'm just saying. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with now. At least we know that's like Violet and Bomb are the same person. Like, have you gone mad? I like, she's like, that's the fastest way for us to get this done. I agree. I'm like, let's just go to the top and get the information we need because I don't have all day. Oh yeah, they're also like not supposed to be on the train. I forgot about that. Like, there are rules. We've bent the rules to even be on the train. I can understand some of the shock to be like, how did you get here? Like, I've come up with an amazing idea. I'm sure it is amazing. I'm sure it's wonderful. I mean, it's kind of a good plan to be like, hey, Bomb's not supposed to be on anywhere in the tower. Like, he, you know, we're talking about, I guess we're saying like the regular who's gone missing, but I'm like, do we know that he's an irregular and that might give us an excuse to hunt him down? Would he? It's like, he wouldn't dare. I'm like, I don't know. We're doing a lot of shady things. I mean, also him being like, oh, this is a regular only area. I'm like, okay, what's so keen? Answer me that. I mean, surely we know that like Bomb is not a regular, right? If we know about Violet and like Foog and stuff, and like Karaka's like giving information. So like a little bit of hypocrisy there. Ooh, I like never would have expected again. And yeah, throwing a little bit of a wrench. They're like, oh, we were under the impression that they all thought he was dead. About that. Yeah, maybe don't pick a fight. But also, you might gamble and to be like, he's like assuming there's an actual order, right? Ooh, I like that variation I didn't expect before. And then now he's like, I have to put this variation into the plan. Okay, so we're like, hey, you get to be there for the death match, I suppose? Yeah, I'm like, this sounds risky. This sounds like a gamble. She's like, oh, sick. A match. Let's do this. Yeah. Clock that. It is fishy because he helps really well, didn't he? He didn't protest too much. Are we waking up? Did we see the true power? You're not going to show me? Oh, but you kind of knew because you were like, hey, this is not who I am, right? That power does not match up with who I see myself as. Aw, sweetie. Interesting too to be like, oh, he feels different. Is he the only one between like Jihad and the 10 family leaders who met the power, right? And said, no, show me the real one because that would be fascinating. Oh, you've been in there for a while. Yeah, remember we had a month? Yeah, we have a week. I like how there's just like noise, yelling. He's like, we gotta go. I hope it was enough. We didn't do any actual training. So I hope that worked out for us. Oh God. I mean, probably, but also like, yeah, there's a lot going on. Oh, so you haven't found the other copies, but did Wangnan and Co find the others? Nah, he's en route. No, he seems perhaps not regular. Connect some dots here. Come on. I don't think he's a regular. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm like, I don't know. She's like, he's not strong. Are we talking about Bomb? I guess it's like been a minute, hasn't it? Since Lady Yuri's like really spent time with him, right? Why does it look like we're holding her hostage? Calm down. I mean, I guess like he kind of is, but like, nice, let's go. We will. And by we, I mean him. Are we gonna have some dividing loyalties now? Besides like just like the two, but like with Anna? Like there are 3 teams? Oh, we're getting there. Oh, with style. With absolute chaos of just like rampaging through to be like, we need to get there on time. Oh, look at his little face. Ooh, look at that shot. That's like a hero shot right there with his little TV. But that's a hero shot right there. Let's go. Yeah. Perhaps the one you're looking for, but not like the last time we saw him, huh? We've been through some things. Let's go. I'm excited. Hey, not gonna lie. I got stressed there in the middle. We were dealing with a lot of stuff and we're going to continue because like we're getting into the match. between two sides, I guess, because Wang Nan is also on Bom's side, but like, you know, of 3 different groups, I suppose. But like, again, ending off another video, excited, optimistic-ish? I don't know. I feel like Bom has got this, maybe. I hope that whatever we figured out with this power is actually going to get some like equilibrium for him and actually like using his abilities. Like, I feel like before we had him like passing out and stuff when he was using like the needle's power and different parts of his power, partly is because he wasn't used to using it. It was like a new thing. But I think also it's because he was kind of like maybe like fighting against it. Like there was a certain like friction and like not meshing of those two things of like him and that power. Whereas like now maybe we figured that out a little bit, or at least he's like a little more aware that, hey, what I want is not to like be above everyone else, to rule over everyone, to look down on other people, or to like step on other people to get what I want. That's not how I work or how I want to exist in this life. So that probably will help him in going through the next parts of his journey. And I'm so proud of him. There's a little bit of an ominous vibe there of like, I don't know what's gonna happen to Bom, or like, you know, power corrupting and all of that, but interesting to have him go through, you know, this same kind of process, at least part of it, first stage of it, as the family leaders and Jihad, and having a different vibe, right? It makes me feel like he's the only one who said, no, that's not actually true power. And it makes me excited to see, as we go through the other steps of it, what is the actual power he's going to discover, right? Like, I feel like we've gotten through the stage of, I don't want power in order to bully other people beneath me, to step on other people to get what I want. But we haven't gotten to the like actually like unlocking a bunch of the other parts of what it means to like wield that power, like wield that like knowledge of oneself. So interested to see how that turns out, which will probably be like a minute as we get into more of the kind of dealing with Hell Train stuff. And we've got like Lady Yuri there, and we've got, you know, the other copies that we have to find because they haven't shown up to this match so far. So we have like 2 more. So I'm assuming we're gonna have to deal with that at some point. And Daniel switches sides as well, which, I mean, we know that his only loyalty is to like him and Rowan. So like, kind of makes sense that he'd be like, I'm gonna like even out my odds a little bit of like, hey, no matter who wins this, I want to make sure that I get what I'm asking for, right? Why I'm doing this whole thing anyway, why I even came back to the Hell Train. So interested to see how things go. A little bit stressed, but also like optimistic. That like last hero shot panel, excellent. But I hope you enjoyed reading that along with me. You can click this place to go to my previous reactions, or you can subscribe to the next time I post a Tower of God reaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye.